Alright, this is SAB page 204. Practice problem solving. Solve each problem if possible. If a problem has too much information, identify the extra information. If a problem has too little information, describe the information that is needed to solve the problem. A wallpaper border is being pasted on the walls of a rectangular room that measures 12 feet by 14.5 feet. The cost of the border is $6.50 per foot. How many feet of border is needed for the room? Okay, so I'm going to underline 12 feet and 14.5 feet because it says how many feet of border is needed for the room. And I know that border means perimeter. So the cost of the border, that is $6.50 per foot, is unneeded information. But the 12 feet by 14.5 feet is important because I'm looking for perimeter. And to find perimeter, I would do 12 plus 12 and 14.5 plus 14.5. So I got 12 plus 12 is 24, and 14.5 plus 14.5 is 29. And then I added those two together. So I got how many feet of border is needed for the room is 53 feet. Alright, number 26. Miss Bulla 11 has 11 windows in her house. The heights in centimeters of 4 windows are shown below. How many windows in her house have a height that is a whole number of centimeters? Okay, so she has 11 windows in her house. The heights in centimeters are given, and they want to know how many windows in her house have a height that is a whole number of centimeters. Well, there's too little information given here. Too little. To solve the problem, the height of each window in her house must be known. It's asking for height of 11 of them, and we're only given 4. It's too little information. Number 27. Anja has worked at her job for 6.5 years. Each year she works 48 weeks, and each week she works 37.5 hours. How many hours does Anja work each year? So the fact that Anja has worked at her job for 6.5 years is not important. They've given us too much info here. They ask how many hours does Anja work each year. Each year she works 48 weeks. And each week she works 37.5 hours. So we're going to multiply by 37.5. 48 times 37.5. I set up my problem like this, and I got 1,800 hours each year. The last problem says, during a driving vacation, a car was refueled 5 times. At the beginning of the vacation, the car odometer read 19,417 miles and read 21,068 miles at the end of the vacation. How many gallons of fuel were needed to drive that number of miles? Okay, well, we have too little information here. Because we needed to know the amount of fuel that was purchased each time. That would help us solve the problem.